Greetings, Millennials. My name is Apostle Jonah from Millennials for Christ Ministries. And at Millennials for Christ Ministries, we are redefining Christ through contemporary praise and worship. Do not forget, we are highly favored and exceedingly blessed. This is why I hate church series. The purpose of this is not because these people are not believers of Christ, but basically, I continue to tell you that we use the significance of our Lord Jesus Christ cleansing the temple. Matthew 21:12, where he saw things that were not right and he went to clean it. Church was filled with money changers, was filled with people who were doing their own business. So the purpose here, I bring these different people just to have a conversation and us to talk about Christ and things that we can harness within the church, things that we can make right that are not going. Today, I'm pleased to have one of the most rising R&B singers. I think young people that I've seen that are bringing back the soul music that was there, then replaced by dancehall. And they're doing very remarkable job. Liam Voice, I'm very honored to be with you.
Thank you so much.
It's
nice to meet you, my brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is my first time seeing you.
Mm-hmm.
You see, when I was that side, then also now went into church, there are many people I've not seen.
Yeah.
And I keep on saying there are people that, not in a bad way, but there are people that are not my generation.
Yeah.
And every person has their own generation, but it's not that because I'm not from your generation, you're not doing great work.
Yeah, sure.
So in a minute, if you could say hi to the viewers.
Hi, everyone. My name is Liam Voice Boy, singer-songwriter from Cloud Africa, and I'm pleased to be here today.
Pleasure.
Yeah.
To begin with,
which
doctrine do you use? Are you Muslim? Are you Christian? Are you, Christian, Catholic, born again?
Catholic.
You're Catholic?
Yes, I'm a Catholic.
You've grown up as a Catholic or it's something?
I grew up as a Catholic, and in fact, I grew up in church.
Which church?
Yes, Bunamwaya, Akidoisis. I grew up in church. I've been in church for from 7 years to my teen age, around 18 years. Yeah.
Is this where you learned how to sing and play around with your voice?
Yes, I learned singing from the church. I used to sing in the church choir. But then when I left church, I also joined Good Life of Reddy and Weasel. And they taught me more of how things work. Yeah.
Do you play any instruments?
Yes, I play a guitar and a piano as well. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. That's great. So you must have learned that from church.
Yeah, I learned it from church.
If you take us through, to begin with, what are some of those things that you don't find pleasant in church, that you don't understand? So maybe we can be able to share and give understand. Because for me, like I've said, this pulpit is not only for the anointed. Because the role to judge is not ours. But also to have conversation and say, Munanga, I get confused on this one. What is it really?
Ebanga lonali na mala church, I found some things confusing. For example, there is a concept where, let me say, the pastor's problems or the father's problems are supposed to be solved by money from my pockets. Yet my problems, me as a person, are supposed to be solved by the pastor's prayer. So, I remember sometime nafunako argument in my church, and I was like, why do people bring money in church? For example, a person asobola okusibewaka without eating anything, wabula nga asigazamu like 10k, nazileta mu church nazikuwa, like ziyambeko church. Wabula in return, when that person is hungry, oba he has nothing to eat, oba ali mu mbeera etagisa sente, the church is not there for him financially or what. Wabula, all they would say, oba, let's pray.
Let's fast.
Yeah, so me, I find it disturbing, Nengamba, can't church find a way of like giving back to these people nga see charity, like waba wendigaza church, people who always come to that specific church. So me personally nganchewunya ngamba, for example, musobola correcting like 10M in one service. Nenga mu that very service mulimu like 10 people, they don't have jobs, but they have contributed to that 10M. Can the church just negama tukwateko $1,500,000 today, we are going to give 10 people mitwala atano as a start,
as a seed capital,
capital. Nabo bafune way akatonda wasobola okublessingira, because I personally believe God can bless anybody and God can favor anyone. Naye favor yevudewa. Some favors are not going.
That's very good. Repeat it.
God can bless anybody and can favor anywhere, but where does your favor come from? Oba, let me call it a plate. Plate favor kwegeno tukila eriwa. Yeah, you know, we artists sometimes bokola music when we bali bansomesa music bangamba omala recording olimba mu studio but putting it out ogenda duteeka wa
presentation
the place kati sometimes olaba abantu you're praying toina ntandikwa you have nothing but you expect God to favor you like really favor egenda kuyitirawa toina mulimu nti alisa ajja kublessingira mulimu toina you get ekintu kyogamba nti asobola okublessingirawo but spending a time mu church and all that time kati nganze kyengamba can't church help these people that are abali hopeless like abali hopeless helpless negamba nti to correct things at like 10am today tugenda kuyamba endiga zaffe 10 ezitayinaki mirimu yes you give them capital as you pray for them businesses zaabwe zibeere favor mukama mwasobola okuyisiza breakthroughs
very very good. Well, Liam, for us, we've not yet gotten that huge favor. But some of the things that we stand for as Millions for Christ Ministries and the fact that I'm a young pastor and a young ministry,
sure.
We believe that I've talked about something to do with seed capital. The seed capital is really about how do we support the young people. For me, I'm coming from a world where we have done humanitarian work and development work, I come up with a concept and I have people that are funding it. So what you're saying is very important. If the few churches better that have tried to do it. I know Worship Harvest has tried to do it. But I believe that it's something that we can pronounce and make it bigger. For example, I believe that as Millions for Christ Ministries, we need to have the best doctor within church.
Sure.
If we want innovation, we have to have the best innovation coming from our church. If we're talking about politicians, we must have the best politicians coming from our church. But if they come, for example, can't we wake up and get 20 million and tell them, okay, Liam, you want to go and record your first album. How much money do you need? I'll need 25 million. You can use this money, but bring it back to church. At least say 5% interest per annum. Because when sometimes you don't put an interest, people will misuse the money.
True.
You've seen how government has done with its programs of the parish development model. So sometimes when you put that interest, so these are things that we envision that if God gives us that favor, these are things that we want to grow. You've talked about something very pertinent. Why would people not? You have 1,000 people coming to church, but they don't even have a basic thing like a car.
You understand?
So for you telling everyone they're taking, because for me when I see mothers moving with their children on bikes, for me it's very bad. 38% of the casualties in Mulago are border accidents.
Accidents.
So as a church, can we put there a circle? Churches don't have circles.
That's what I was talking about.
Because you see all government institutions, most of the government institutions have circles. So if someone has a circle, UPDF Wazalendo has the biggest circle. But now these churches that have 10,000s of people, can't we have a circle that helps these people to come and get a small loan to help them? So these are things that we hope and pray that if God gives us the favor, we'll be able to do. But also, Liam, I want us to understand that most of these people, Satan corrupts them along the way. You see, when we are beginning with a small, humble beginnings that like I have, we will mention all these things. But when God blesses you, you become greedy. Because money itself is power. And when God gives you that power, it corrupts you absolutely. So I agree with you on that. And also, Liam, you come from a Catholic church.
Yes, I come from a Catholic church.
One thing that I've admired about the Catholic church, because for us, we are not here to say we are righteous, but we can learn certain things from other faith. When the Catholics came here, they were doing things that were social improving. We come and set up in Zambia, we build the hospital, we build the school. And when we put up our schools, they are subsidized and people can access them. Right now, for us in the Pentecostal church or the born agains, we have these big numbers. We are about the big numbers. How big is our church? But we don't have any social aspects. You find a very big ministry in Kampala here. They have no school, they have no hospital, they have nothing. But there are churches that have done them, like Watoto, for example, has built very many big hospitals and very. So for me, I agree with you on that aspect, and I think
that is very true. Because sometimes you might look at a church, like a church has over like 10,000 people come through to pray, but people spend there like 24 hours without even getting food. Just church giving them food, like thank you for coming. At least even if you don't thank them for coming, but at least let these people have something to eat. You know what it means? Somebody spending 24 hours on a church without eating anything, hopeless. But the church does
and how much
nothing
does food cost us?
Nothing. Like, it's not too much. Too much.
And churches
money.
could be able also to create their own gardens.
Yeah, you know. You understand?
If prisons have where they grow their own food.
How
for
about
me in
the
school,
church?
yes. For me in school, we used to do those nursery beds and we used to have our food. Partly part of this food that was feeding the school was coming from the ones that we used, the real one that we used to grow as a school.
Yeah, you see.
So I think it's very important for us to look at it in that context.
Yeah.
So it's very good. And I hope that we do it.
Yeah.
What are some of the other things that you think they're not well in church that if you had the opportunity you would change or you would talk about them?
Personally, if I had an opportunity, for example, my mother wanted me to become a priest.
That means you guys were real.
Yes, I'm from a Catholic family. Yeah, very religious family. So my mother wanted me to become a priest, but unfortunately I didn't. Ngabo Gambia. Sometimes when we grow up and say kuzeno and all that stuff.
And also the Bible tells us clearly that man plans his ways, but God establishes them.
Yeah, God has his plans also. Yes. So, but isingana ali mfunyo omukisa ogwo gubeera priest. Like, there is one thing kyenandyagadde okukyusa mu church. Like teaching people how to communicate with their God.
Not through another third
Not
party.
through me as a person. Like, me talking to God, tekinetagisa kujawa pastor, gonjogerera ebizibu byange. I think me as a pastor,
do you believe in a higher power?
Yeah, of course
that
I
God
do.
can bless you through another person?
Yes, but I think prayer ebera more valuable ba ezamu nyamanyi. It's like making your own money. Nozikwatako nga gwazeekolede. It feels different. You don't know how it feels like.
Very good context.
You don't know how it feels like kneeling down. No saba, like, God, I want this and this and this and this, and that thing happens. You understand? You, your person kneeling down, you're like, God, I have this problem, this and this and this and this, and that thing happens. Bro, it sounds so, like, it feels so, like, different. So me, if I got an opportunity of being a pastor or a priest, I would teach people how to communicate to their God themselves.
You teach people not to be running to you.
To me,
yes.
If you need to communicate to your God, you don't need to come to me. Yes, I believe in high power that people like God blesses some people. Some people are anointed, but I also believe in the power of you yourself.
Blessing other people.
Because you talk
and
to
the Bible
God.
actually
You don't have to go through me.
The Bible gives us the opportunity to bless other people.
You know?
Just imagine you honoring your parents is a blessing. They can bless you.
Yeah, sure.
So if your parents can bless you, me as a man of God that has a higher power, I can pray for you to allow you to train you how to pray, to train you how to seek God, to train you how to read your own Bible, so that you don't rely on me. So I think what that creates, the problem it creates, is where people start worshipping you as an individual.
People start worshipping the pastor as an individual. Omani, when I was in church, there's something they used to teach me. Like, they used to teach me ebintu byali bisatu, three of them. Bo sabanga katonda, kneel down, saba magezi.
Wisdom.
Okumanya. N'okutegeera. Those are three different things. Into some people, they come to church, yes, bayina ebizibu naye nga tategedde who is God.
They don't have the faith.
They have faith, but they don't understand God and God? How things work with God. So that's why...
How the things of God work.
Yes. Kati some people end up nti, you don't even know how things work. Gwenga kanti ebintu bya katonda bikola bitya. Ngabo gama mu music industry ebintu bikola bitya. If you want to produce a good song, you have to go to the producer, mixing and mastering. Chenabade gama nti teach people how to communicate with their God. Kati some people end up worshiping the pastors because they don't know how things work. Like, a person doesn't know that now fukamira ewakaawo kisobola prayer esobola okubeera hard nga togenze mu church. I'm not saying they should not go to church.
Yes, because fellowship is important.
But balina okutegeera how God and he things. Kati mwe mugiramu the anointed people abalina amagezi agasukkuluma ku gaffe to teach us how to communicate to our God and how godly things work. Nti ebintu bya katonda bikola we biti. Yes, I think and sometimes it's our behaviors, our behaviors as believers has also contributed like 100% to leading souls to hell. You understand? So we, like for you, the people who
Thank you for watching. Millennium for Christ Ministries is humbled by your continued generosity. If you wish to support the ministries, use MTN merchant code 180122 or our Stanbic bank account 903-002-240-0850 or go to our website www.millenniumsforchrist.com. Choose option Give and follow the prompts. May God bless you.
Anointed. Nzemba kubanga nzemwe. I would teach people more of focusing on God. Bo nga tebamaze kuyita munze. Osobola okutegeera okumanya Katonda musaba amagezi otegeere who God is, kikyasobola okukola, how far can he go. Then bw'omanya tegeera. You understand how things work. And today wenzija nensaba Katonda eggaali n'aginyima. There is a reason why. Ekyo kibayita okutegeera. Amagezi okumanya manya how things work n'okutegeera then obitegeere kyekyo kyasinza okuleetera abantu problems ne faith yabo okuyuuga omuntu na ending up ng'asinza pastor because teyasaba magezi amanye ategeere how bino ebintu bikola bita.
No, I like the context that you're giving it.
Yes,
so it's very important. You know, for me, why I have these conversations
sure.
is one to also for me to know because I don't want to come here and say I'm all knowing. And every day we get to know.
Yeah, we learn.
So you're saying it's very important, just like we go to school and we are trained how to do things on our own.
On our own.
So the biggest purpose for the clergy or for the people of Christ is how to teach us the gospel. So that in ourselves we are self-sufficient.
You understand? That even if I wake up one day and the pastor is not available to pray for me, I have that faith that I can pray for myself and things happen.
I get it. So it's very important. I think you're giving me that context and it's very important.
Yeah.
So one of our biggest cardinal roles should be, how do I teach Liam to fish?
You understand? To fish.
Not to give him fish all the time.
Not to give him fish. You know when I come to you and I'm like, bro, I'm hungry, and you give me 1,000. You might take it as help, but if I come to you and I'm like, bro, I'm hungry, and you teach me how to make money, next time I will not call you to give like, yo, I need this, I need this. The fact that you taught me how to get money, I'll get my own money. So I think that's how things should be with God. When I come to a pastor like, yo, bro, what and what? Yes, it's okay. You're high power. You're anointed. Pray for me, but teach me also how to do it pray for myself. So that next time when you're not available, I can pray for myself and things happen as well.
That's why it's very important that the men of God should look at the flock as children. Because the biggest purpose you do as a parent, your children, is to teach them to do things on their own, not with your help.
Yes.
Oh, I get it. So it's very important. So I think to all millennials out there, it's very important. And we as people that God has given the opportunity to be on the pulpit, we need people to train people to do things on their own. We need to learn to lead like Jesus Christ. Where we know that there is a higher power through. There are people that have been anointed and blessed by that power to pray and lead others. But we should endeavor to train them. That's why all these people were able to do the gospel, because they were given that anointing. They were blessed and they were able to do things on their own.
Exactly.
So Then also there's something you mentioned that I like, where I've said people need to learn how things move. For example, you as an artist, you need to understand the mechanics. I just don't do a song and stop there.
Yes.
But I need to know
what's next.
What's the process like that goes into all these things? When I make a song, this is what happens, this is what happened. Very, very important. Maybe to move on, those are two things now that we've looked at, and it's very important. Maybe the third thing, what could it be that we need to work on as the church?
Then I think so far those are the main things like I really found disturbing in church. I think those are the main two things I found disturbing.
Do you still go to church every Sunday?
No, I don't usually go every Sunday, but when I spare time sometimes, I go to church and I pray. I do.
Oh, so you still go to the Catholic church or you go to the born again church?
I go to the Catholic church. I personally believe we have one God. The creator, we have one God. So personally, religion is not something ekintwala ennyo nti me I'm a Catholic, I'm a born again, I'm what? As long as it is about God, I'm in.
Kindly, you keep it open. Keep it open.
Yeah. As long as it's about God, I'm in. I don't care if it is born again, Catholic, or what. So this industry I'm in, we have a lot of friends. We have Muslim friends, Catholic friends, born again friends. So when my friends invite me in their Catholic church, I go. When you invite me in your born again church, I come.
That's
as long as it involves God, I'm in. Because I believe we have one God, so religion is not something I give my attention so much. Yeah.
So you believe that there is a supreme being, and that
is
that
the
power.
one God who, the overall.
I want to ask you something that's personal. The music that you do, where do you think that comes from? That power for you to be able to create something and write it and.
Like I told you, I grew up in church, and I believe God anoints some people, just like you said. Like me personally, I believe that music comes from me, in me, but are favored by God, because talent is God-given.
It's a gift from God.
Yeah. Some talents are talent, like a natural talent is not something you will learn. You know, people don't differentiate between a talent and a skill. A skill is something you can learn, like you can learn how to sing, that is a skill. But the talent of singing is God-given.
How do you differentiate the two? Can you differentiate an artist that has learned and the one that is gifted by nature?
The one that is gifted by nature, let me give you an example. Me, I'm gifted by nature. Like, now I grew up...
Don't give us your example. Give us an example of someone probably might not be local, because you might not want to annoy people. You give us globally. Yeah. It could also be in football. And tell me, this one just learned. This one was trained. This one it's given by God.
Like, I don't know how to sisobola kwa example ya muntu mbudisa ono muntu bwati ne bwati. But the difference between those two.
Okay, for me there is one I always hear.
Who?
People say Messi was born to do football. Cristiano Ronaldo
was trained. Skill ya iganje.
Mbappe, Haaland, they say he learned how to play football.
I'm not sure. Because I'm not into football that much.
Okay, music.
I'm into the music industry. Let me give you an example. There is an artist I know. Bamuyita Sama Soldier.
Sama Soldier, yes.
This is the type of guy, nali to deco time to talk to him. He's the type of guy asobola okuja mu studio, like tamanyi bya production. Me, I know this is F, this is key, this is what.
The codes. Those are the codes?
Yeah, the codes. That's why kumanya kina codes, but these are the codes, this is what. He doesn't have that knowledge. But when you put the microphone for him to sing, asobola kuflat.
But I think many artists don't know that.
Yeah,
I think many artists don't know that.
That is a natural talent. Skill kumanya this is an F, but asobola jimba. Without ngatomaze mu training na mugamba eno code we yambuka. If a key if you transpose the key from one key to another, ninga transposing naturally ngatomaze
kimugiriza. So that's someone that is talented.
Yeah, talented. Then wabaona just skilled. Ye baja kimuyigiza mbu see this is it. When we transpose the van edano aja chikola. That's because Ali trained to do that. But waliwo some people who don't get that training. Ninga chikola.
I was speaking to Zuri Tams and he told me, Jonathan, for me, the words I sing, I don't have a store where I keep them.
That's me.
It's God. It's an anointing that also God gives me. I just find myself writing about something, and I just do it. So it's not something that have some store somewhere I keep it. So it's God that given me this.
Me personally.
Because that conversation was, are you doing secular music or are you doing godly music?
I do secular and I have a few godly music.
What is secular and what is godly?
Secular, we believe secular is this type of music where we are not into religion and God stuff. This other side of life, but the other side of life. Then godly music is
where you're talking about praise and worship.
Yes, praise and worship. Now, like Zuli Tams told you, you don't know where they come from. It's godly power. Like me, sometimes I even dream songs.
For real?
Like for real. I dream songs. I sleep. I dream singing something. When I wake up, I'm like, I dreamt singing this and this. I have to put this into.
Do you always remember?
Yes, I do. I do.
Because when I was watching Michael Jackson's story. For him, he used also to have the same thing.
Yeah, I do.
And he would say the moment it comes, he would wake up and go to studio because he always kept on, his competition, I'm forgetting the guy they were competing with, that other pop star, will say, if I don't do it, then God will take away the blessing and give it to yeah, so I have to sing it.
Yes.
So some songs, they come in form of dreams, and then
in form of dreams. Like sometimes you're just seated there and an idea drops in your head out of nowhere. Like we are seated here, an idea drops, like boom, you do a song. It's like somebody inside you is communicating to you something you don't understand, which I believe is godly.
Many people want to say secular or what, but for me, according to the scriptures I read, I don't think love is secular, because the entire New Testament is about love.
Yeah.
So Jesus Christ died for our sins because of love.
Yeah.
So because you're saying love, I cannot term it as secular. The reason the word has only just created those things to want of kind of isolate you.
Isolate.
But love is the biggest gift we have.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're
right. And also for me, I don't like born against that are pretenders. Because when we're on our functions, let's say wedding or introduction, we don't play gospel music from morning to evening.
Yeah.
We play your songs. We sing along to them. So this whole idea of saying is secular, no. Because as long as your song is not vulgar. Yeah. It's not praising Satan. Yeah. It's talking about love. Yeah. Because the songs of songs, you're all talking about love in the Bible. It was about love.
Yeah, by that we talk about that.
Yes. And then someone will say, you're praising this woman, you're saying that, but they are beautiful. It's not an opinion. I'm only saying this woman is beautiful. Yeah. It's good. And also there are songs you will talk about, for example, for me actually, this is how I look at music. You see, God gifts us differently. Me, I believe that a journalist has been given that gift to talk about things inside, to educate, inform, and entertain. So for you, there are things that you're going to sing about, let's say, marriage. And then you tell us things that you're supposed to do to maintain marriage. How can I say that's a secular song? For me, I'm a fan of Paul Job Kafel.
By the way.
Look, I'm a fan of Paul Job Kafel. Yeah. Paul Job Kafel, if he's talking about faith, if he's talking about marriage, he will summarize marriage in 12 minutes and you don't even need to read a book. Yeah, sure. He will tell you, benchmark your marriage on God, trust one another, don't listen. How is that secular? Lucky Dube fought apartheid through music.
By the way, talk about
I cannot wake up and say Lucky Dube was doing secular music. He fought apartheid through music, just one single person. You get the point? You can see the influence it has. Even if we put together 100 pastors, they will not fight apartheid like Lucky Dube did it.
Yeah. You're right.
You get my point?
Yeah, I get you.
So this music, unless you're doing it to be vulgar and to praise Satan, the rest is okay. Because you're talking about love. You're saying this man is beautiful. You're saying this woman is beautiful. Yeah. You're saying I wish you the best in your marriage. Yeah. You're saying about your mother. How is saying about my mother and saying I have the best mom in the world bad? Because the Bible tells us that we must honor our parents. Yeah. So how is that secular?
Yeah, by the way, talk about it. Me singing about my girlfriend, I have the best girlfriend. How is it bad?
How is it bad?
By the way, you're true.
Because God created that person for you. And remember, the Bible tells us in Genesis 2:26 tells us that man shall leave his father and mother, and the two shall become one flesh. So if people have become one flesh and you're talking about this person God has gifted you with, and saying you're so beautiful, it is an opinion.
Yes, I understand.
It's an opinion.
Yeah.
Because God has created that person for you as your better half. So how is that bad?
By the way, talk about it.
Your music is being used by so many people to unify marriages. Yeah. Do you know there are many people that have fallen in love because of your music?
Yeah, I always come across them.
Do you know many people your music has healed through heartbreaks? Yeah. Okay. That might not even come to the pastor but will heal through your music. Yeah. So for me, in my context, there's nowhere it's written in the Bible that is secular. Oh. The only thing that we say is secular is just people want to segregate people.
I actually thought a secular music when you don't sing about God and you sing about ebintu byokunsi that is secular. But okusinza kungeri gyo kinyonyode, I now get your point. Like I understand.
It's love. It's love. The biggest commandment is love.
It's all about love.
It's about love.
Love is the greatest.
It's about loving you. Actually, there are two big commandments in the Bible. Trusting in God and honoring God. Yes. And also loving your neighbors, you loving yourself. You know, being born again don't believe in the Old Testament. We go by the New Testament. And actually, people don't know that we don't follow the 10 commandments. Because by Apostle Paul, the new and also the 4 Gospels in the New Testament, these new Gospels are the ones that we go with. And they were summarized in only 2. If you go, by the way, in a more scholarly way, the 10 commandments were just summarized there, but there were also very many laws that were set for the children of Egypt, of Israel. Yeah. Let me just help you with that.
Yeah,
you know, when the children of Israel were moving from Egypt to the promised land, they were moving from the world of sinners and going to the promised land. So God had to set new rules for them that they are going to follow. Because if you're to go by the Old Testament, we will not eat things like pork. We are not supposed to cut off our hair. But all these things don't matter. Because Paul tells us that by dying on a cross, all the things no longer matter. We are not judged by what we eat and also what we drink. We are okay. So for me, as long as you're not vulgar, I think for me that's very important. Maybe final as we are coming to the end. You said you have some gospel music.
Yeah, but like I've not yet released.
You have not yet released
some of them, but soon releasing them.
Soon releasing.
Yeah.
What is your all-time gospel favorite song? And as we come to the end, I would want us to have an a cappella or a rendition of yours. Your all-time gospel song. It could be either local or international.
Yeah, it's a local song. I have one one international and one local. There is one called Oceans by the Hillsongs.
Hillsong, yes.
I love that. And I also love locally, there's a guy, Joseph Ngoma. Like his our remember right now, it's called Tombulira Bilala.
Tombulira Bilala. Yes, I know.
Yeah. That song which talks about I know where God got me from, so don't tell me anything. As long as it's not about God. Just
give us are you able to give us both of them?
Sure. Why not? The Tombulira Bilala awali Yesu wange yateme kubo watali yarwana entalo zange muranyi w'amaanyi. Yeah, I love that song so much.
And then the one of Hillsong Oceans.
The one of Hillsong's Oceans. It goes, you raise me up on the water. When kind of forgetting the lyrics a little bit.
That's okay. That's absolutely fine.
When I personally, I'm kind of forgetting the lyrics because it's been a while. Gospel music, but I love the message in the song. Like she was talking about oceans deep, where feet may fail, my faith will stand and call upon your name.
Regardless
of the situation, my faith will stand and I will call upon your name.
Absolutely.
I really love the message in that song.
So Liam, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you so much.
We are humbled that you've honored to come and have a conversation with us and see how best we can grow the gospel. And the things that we can harness. The purpose of this is we want to know as born-again Christians, where have we messed up and how can we make it better? Because we are not all knowing. We are not all knowing. We are human beings. Are there things that the public thinks we can work on? Yes.
Sure.
Because we are all serving God. And I continue to say that the role to judge is not ours. It's for God. So I want to thank you for coming through, my brother.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming through and honoring this spirit to come through. I look forward to your music, to the gospel music that you'll be...
so soon. I'm really I'm gonna drop one of it in December. I'm dropping a gospel song in December.
I look forward to it. Then when do you hope to have your first concert, your maiden concert?
I'm not just sure, but God willing, next year.
Next year.
I'll be celebrating 5 years.
5 years?
In the music industry.
Man, time runs, eh?
Yeah, time is so fast.
One of the lines I love in one of your songs is where you say, God did not bless me with a good voice, but it's where you say, obulungi bwo njagala mbukolemu company. For me, I was like, I don't know how Liam came up with this line, but it's very amazing. You know how to tell someone that you're too beautiful, I would want to make... You're really saying I would want to make a business out of your beauty.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Actually, that is something I got out of my sister's makeup kit. Like, we were just seated somewhere there and I looked at her doing her makeup and all that stuff. And I'm like, you're too beautiful, but you're trying to add more beauty. And I can get inspired by your beauty to create my own beauty company, something like that. Like I was talking now about the makeup side. Like I can be inspired by your beauty to create my own
a cosmetic
skin
company.
tones and all that stuff.
No, for me that line was remarkable. I was saying, okay, there are things people speak about. For example, just to go back, Moses Radio, in one of his songs, I think, not less, he said, amasanze bagakola mu mazigago. Man. Man, there's no way that it must be coming from somewhere. And then he continues to say, Ensene tengerijja ku bulago. Like, there are words people, there are lyrics that people come up with and you're like, okay, that must be inspired. That is not really within their ability.
Yeah, actually, my greatest
lyricist
of all times. Moses Radio
was amazing.
Yeah.
Who didn't love Moses Radio?
Wow, that guy was amazing.
That guy was amazing.
So amazing.
For me, I think Paul Job Cafe, I listen to Paul Job Cafe today because it talks about, for example, Paul Job Cafe speaks about Kampala Mukoti. He was saying about the things, the challenges within Kampala.
Yeah.
This is a song he did about 2005. Those things have not gone out until today.
Yeah.
They're the same problems we're having. Poor, bad transportation, bad health conditions by the authorities. Same things. Same
that guy, yaimba ku buli kimu. There's a song he sang about the music industry, like the life he goes through as an artist. But guy, it's like he saw the future.
Yeah, he was. Actually, me, what I say.
Everything exactly. The way I'm going through all that stuff. Like the boy, the nigga.
Where he talks about how when he goes to a market and they hike up the prices because they've seen him. Yes. So those guys were prophets. Musicians actually prophets. Barnaby. They bring out some message. God is only using them. For example, let me find an example because we're running out of time.
Yeah.
Do you know that Fred Sebata sold Luganda as a language? That some parts of northern Uganda and the Nile, they are there. People speak Luganda because they listen to these songs.
Yeah. True.
You get it? So these are people that were powerful. They like I've said, Wakadube inspired an entire generation. Bob Marley. That's why you're going to put him down. But musicians are actually people of God that God has gifted. Because let me tell you, for you to have an inspiration and sing about something that is going to interest millions of people. That's not your power.
Yeah, that's not your power.
That's not your power.
Like, that is beyond human power.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
God has given you that thing that you're going to talk about marriage, and that song is going to heal so many people.
So many people. Like, I come across many people and people are like, man, I was heartbroken. I listened to your song and I'm okay. I got my girlfriend because of your song, this, and I'm like, yo, is this even real?
Yes. So for me, there are so many things I've learned about life, but through the music of those guys. It's because they will talk about things, and what your parent would have told you, music will say it.
Yeah, sure.
Kafe will tell you about the hurdles of life as a man, the things that you're going to face. And he'll tell you that you're only going to run this life by being more human, by being more humble, by knowing what to say or know what to say, by learning more every day. And this is the same message that my parents would actually give me. So Liam, we are running out of time. My name is Apostle Jonah from Millennials for Christ Ministries. Millennials for Christ Ministries, we are redefining Christ through contemporary praise and worship. And we are highly favored and exceedingly blessed by our Lord Jesus Christ. Follow us across all our social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course on our website, www.millennialsforchrist.com. We can have an entire day to talk about how God is remarkable and how He has blessed us, but we have very limited time. Stay blessed and see you again.
Thank you for watching Apostle Jonah at Millennials for Christ Ministries. May God bless you in this new week. Do not forget, at Millennials for Christ, we are blessed and highly favored.